2026 is the year where Rolex brought its oyster into its second century and Tudor showed up with a 100-year anniversary lineup that might actually scare the luxury watch world. I wish I could say all of that, but I can't. Rolex and Tudor just unveiled their new watches for 2026 2 days ago, and as usual, they don't appeal a lot of people for some reason because Rolex and Tudor are dominating the market and not the people. Let's start with the Rolexes. Let's start with the Datejust. When it comes to the Datejust, you have two options, which is 36 and 41 millimeter, but you have a lot of color options to choose from when it comes to the dial, the bezel, and the strap. So you've got a lot more variety compared to last year in the Datejust, which is one of the most starter watches when it comes to Rolex and mostly bought watches by many people as well. So there is a point in actually making a lot of colorways when it comes to this, but a few vibrant colors are only in 36. Whatever is still there before is still existing, and you've got a little new options to choose as well. And a new addition is the white Roseral Datejust 41 in a green ombre dial, which is something new. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to this channel. I'm Nishant and I do videos relating to watches and watches only. Don't forget to hype this video so that it reaches more people and benefits the channel as well. Thank you. The second is the Oyster Perpetual. Being the 100th anniversary of the Oyster Perpetual, Rolex had to do something about it. But you have Oyster Perpetuals in 28, 34, 36 and 41 mm, where you have a lot of varieties to choose from. You've also got one Jubilee motif, which is similar to a celebration dial, which is really not up the alley for me, and it feels too crowded and kind of a joke. But people love it, they buy it and they resell it, so there's no complaining about that when it comes to Rolex. And you have a two-tone or the 100th anniversary Oyster Perpetual, and they call it the Yellow Roseral, which is yellow gold and stainless steel. It is a defining piece of the Oyster Perpetual. This watch would be something very popular and very hard to get because of the 100th anniversary marking in the dial as well as on the crown. So people, just for getting a good resale value, they would go for this model, which are to the other models, the Yachtmaster 2. The Yachtmaster 2 is back after cancellation in 2024. It's been refined, gone through a few minor changes which actually make it little better, but this time you have an option to choose between an oyster steel and a full yellow gold Yachtmaster. Oyster steel is quite affordable, but the yellow gold is way up, too much. I'm not sure if they've included a new movement. Always the Yachtmaster 2 is kind of odd man out in the series, but they've got it back for some reason. There are two very unique out of the catalog watches, and these two are going to sell like anything in the grey market. The first is the Day-Date 40 in 18 karat Jubilee gold. So this is not the usual gold you see in the Rolex lineup. It's more lighter, it's not a rose gold and it's not a yellow gold. It's something in the middle of both of them. And what is more interesting, it has a light green aventurine dial, which is something new, but it looks very cool when you see it in the pictures, but I've not seen it in person, so I'm not sure how it will be. One more thing, it's got diamond agate cut indices, which is definitely going to be a very expensive watch, maybe more than 50 lakhs, but it's an off catalog, so you don't need to bother about the price if you're able to afford it. And the talk of the town, the Daytona enameled dial and anthracite Cacaron bezel. I feel it's not an oyster steel, it's more of a platinum based metal. It's completely different when compared to the normal Daytonas. As usual, Daytonas are very difficult to get, and this one is no exception either. And we don't know the price of these watches. If anyone knows, please do comment. Tudors have not been very significant as last year, but they've made a few models which are very unique to the lineup, as well as they've added or refined a few existing models which were an underdog when it comes to Tudor. So let's start with the Tudor Royale. The Tudor Royale is available in 30, 36 and 40 millimeter. You have a lot of color options to choose from, and I don't think so there's any new color options added. This watch is posed as the day date of the Tudor lineup, but it's not as expensive as the Rolex. it's more of an entry level watch when it comes to Tudor. You also have a two-tone or yellow roseral, whether they call it in Rolex, that kind of model in the Tudor Royale. So you have a lot of options to choose from if you're a person who likes that design. They call it the black paste ceramic. So this is an all blacked out watch from Tudor, and I'm not sure about the lume situation because there's no pictures when it comes to the lume. Hopefully there should be one, or else it's going to be quite difficult to actually see the time. Even in the brightest sunlight, you can only see a shadow of the watch. Like a full ceramic 41mm case and bezel with an all black aesthetic charcoal sunray dial, and it's Tudor's first double deployment clasp, which is interesting. The Black Bay 54 has got a new color. They call it Tudor blue, and some people call it sapphire blue. When it comes to the Black Bay 54, it's the same as before, but with the vibrant sapphire blue dial, and it has more blue accents, and it is almost similar to the Black Bay 58 when it comes to the looks, but it is quite smaller than the Black Bay 58. And let's come to the brand new innovation from Tudor, which is the Tudor Monarch. Fresh new design with 39mm, and this watch is in the dressier side, and it is made to honor the 100th year anniversary of Tudor, and it is one of the first watches in Tudor to actually have an open case back, if I'm not wrong. And there's an interesting thing about this watch as well. It is inspired from the early error-proof style with a combination of Roman and Arabic numerals. The dial is inspired from papyrus, which is an ancient scroll used in Egypt. So you have a similar texture and a similar color when it comes to the Tudor Monarch. I don't know whether it's only for me, but it looks very similar to the Railmaster, which was released last year in Omega. Just a thought. These were the new Tudor and Rolex releases of 2026. If I have to give my own view, I would say that it was more of a subtle update, but not something drastic they have done over the years. Probably next year they would do something better, but I'm confident that two models in Rolex and Tudor would sell more compared to the others. In Rolex, it'll be the dual tone Oyster Perpetual because it has the 100th year anniversary marking in the dial. People would flip it at a much higher price compared to the other models. Of course, the off-catalog models are going to be really popular and hard to get as well. When it comes to Tudor, the Tudor Monarch would be a very compelling watch this year. Even though I'm not a big fan of it, but still people would queue to get that watch because it's something new from Tudor. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite and what was the whole Rolex and Tudor agenda. Do you like any of these watches? I'll see you next with another exciting video. Until then, peace out.